How about now? Can you guys hear me? So now you can hear me. Okay, is it choppy though? Because I just checked it and it was not choppy at all. And then the second I go live, it starts crackling and getting choppy. This makes absolutely no sense. I don't even know what it could. It's not any. It's literally none of the wires. It's nothing. It's only when I'm going live. There is no dude. Okay, I know. Okay, let me try unplugging it. It's not that. It's literally when I'm live. It's not. You guys don't get it. You don't understand. I do this. Here's the thing. I do this all day, every day. So I use this. It's fine. This is fine. It's when I go live. And it's not the software because when I record with the software, it's fine. So it's when I'm going live. Man, that sucks. So it's just kind of shitty audio. But dude, here's the deal. Shitty audio sucks. Shitty audio sucks, dude. Man, that's so annoying. Man, that it makes me so depressed. This is the only thing that I have anymore, and it just they ruin it. It only crackles when I yap. So the whole point of this whole thing, that's all I do. That's my whole existence now. It's just talk. You know, it's funny. My grandfather used to tell me, he's like, "Your mouth's gonna get you in trouble one day." And now my mouth has Israeli IDF Mossad people following my brother around. So I don't know. I guess I can just tell the story. I guess I don't know. I don't even know what to do. So I'm uploading I'm uploading an Izzy's World about it the next few days. So you'll hear about it then. But so I went to an event. I went to a thing, and it was so crazy to see propaganda in this way in real life. Completely mind-blowing. I mean, utterly mind-blowing. So, okay. So, man, they're going to cut this. They're going to cut this stream. They're going to cut it, dude. So, me and a friend of mine. My friend is also, he helps manage me. He helps me with stuff. He invites me to go see the Dead Sea Scrolls because the Dead Sea Scrolls are in town. They're in LA. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, he knows I love this stuff. You know, I love biblical history. So it's at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. So I'm under the impression, because the knowledge that I have about the Sea Scrolls is that it's all academic knowledge that I have. So it's like, oh, this scroll was carved into copper. This scroll is on leather. This one's on animal skin. The Isaiah scroll is translated into, modern day whatever, Hebrew with 100% accuracy. It's a miracle. So I know all of this like information that's like, you know, like biblical scholar autist information. So I'm like, okay, this is like cool. You know, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be an academic thing. So we go. The second we like walk in, the second we go in, the crackling has gotten better. Oh my goodness. Get behind me, Crackle. So the second we walk in, they like have this door. You walk through the door and it's like a curtain kind of. And they pull it and they immediately hand you this thing, and it's like a little like cardboard thing, and they're like, hold it up and take a picture. So you like hold it and they take a photo, and it's super fast. So you walk in and they're like, oh, take this and take a photo, stand over there. Like you don't even have time to like ask or like see what it is. Like you have no time. Like it's just. So I asked and they're like, oh, this is the 10 Commandments. I'm like, what? And then they usher you through. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. So just think about the picture later. So then the tour starts, and it's like, this is hosted by the IAA. And it like gives this long spiel about how like Israel is a great ally to the United States and how Ronald Reagan loved Israel. And so I'm like, what? Like, this is super weird. Like, this is supposed to be about the Bible. So it shows like a bunch of really strange, like, hang on, let me read this comment really quick. Thanks, man. Thanks, Shrapnel. Thank you, dude. Yeah, by the way, guys, all of your donations, they don't go to me like paying bills. These ones, the reason I'm doing a live stream at all is it's going towards the esoteric version of InfoWars I'm creating and starting for you guys. So it's going to be like 3 or 4 times a week live stream, like 6 hours, InfoWars, but occult knowledge all the time. That's what this money goes to. I'm upgrading laptop, cameras, getting 4K, and I'll be producing the show live, as some of you have seen me do in the past. Anyways, back to the story. So it's like this spiel about how Israel is like a great ally to the United States and all of this weird stuff. And it's like, this is like not, I don't know, it's just weird. So then we go to like the next part of the exhibit, and it's like writing in Greek. And the Greek writing says like Christ is God, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, this is early Christian writing and how it was influenced heavily by the Jewish people. And it's just like this weird, like, okay, that's weird. Then we like keep going through the entire thing. The entire exhibit was extremely pro-Israel like propaganda. Like none of it was about the Bible, none of it was about the Dead Sea Scrolls, none of it was about anything. It was all about establishing how Israel is a place and is a nation in the Middle East. That was all it was about. And then so I'm like, this is like super weird. It was all about how evil the Romans were and how bad the Hellenistic people were, how stupid like the Arab region is, and how bad the Jewish people had it. That was the entire thing. And it was super just like, I truly thought that this was going to be about the history of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Mind you, there are 24, I looked all this up later. There are 24 Dead Sea Scroll documents that are on tour at any given time. Of those 24, 20 of them are in circulation at any time. I believe there are 42 Dead Sea Scroll documents that you can see anytime you go to a Dead Sea Scroll exhibit. So I'm like, okay, interesting. But most of those never leave Jerusalem. But it gets worse. So I'm noticing parts of the Dead Sea Scrolls. So there's one part where there's 6 different documents. All of those documents were just like letters that were like disputes between different rabbis. So I was like, okay, that's like not what, like this is not like I came here to see like the Isaiah scroll, or I came here to see like the Copper Scroll, like or one of the Psalms, or like the Job scroll. Like there are specific scrolls within the Dead Sea Scrolls that are like the Dead Sea Scrolls. And so these are all like openers. Like it would be like if you went to a Playboy Cardi show and like the whole thing was just me, right? You'd be like, this isn't what I came to see. So we keep going, and it's just like weird. None of it was what it was supposed to be. They kept showing like weapons, and like this was the bronze spear that they used to kill. So it was like, what the fuck is this? So we keep going. Then there's this one part, we're standing in line. Right? And my friend is 6'9". He's super tall. And this like old lady, this old Jewish lady comes up and she's like, well, how tall are you? He's like, oh, guess. He's like trying to make it fun because he gets asked this all the time, and it's like, you know, kind of annoying. And she's like, probably like 8 or 9 feet tall. And he like starts responding, and they have it back and forth. And then she like throws another question at him, and he starts answering it. And she just like looks at him and just cuts in front of us. And it was like, oh, you didn't want to talk at all. Like, you're just trying to cut us. And then it was like, it was just like, the vibe was super weird. It was so bizarre. So anyways, we get through and we're looking at all this stuff, and it was just like really, it was like basically like a fucking like Holocaust museum as far as the propaganda goes. It was just thing after thing after thing after thing. These people are awful. This is awful. And then it gets to this one part where it shows the guy. There's a picture of the guy who found the scrolls. The guy who found the scrolls was a shepherd, right? When the shepherd found the scrolls, they were in these vases. So what the guy started doing was he started smashing the vases with a staff. When he started smashing the vases, he thought he was going to find treasure in them, which is just crazy. Anyways, so it gives a history on how the scrolls were obtained by Israel. So what this claims is that this guy sold them to, it said, someone from Israel, which turned out to not be true. And then that person, you know, gave them to the nation of Israel. So none of that's true. So the way the scrolls were obtained is the guy who found them sold them to a Christian preacher, a Christian priest. This priest then put an ad out in the Wall Street Journal, and then from there, that the scrolls were then purchased by an Israeli politician. Partly. That's partly what happened. Further, what happened, so that guy only found a couple of them. The rest of the scrolls were then found and owned by Palestine up until 1967. In 1967, there was a war called the 6 Days War. What happened? Dude, I know the mic's popping. Everyone's been telling me that for 40 minutes. So the 6 Days War pops off, and Israel, you know, goes into Palestine and captures this museum, which was called the Rockefeller Museum, and now the scrolls are owned by the nation of Israel, and they basically illegally put them out on this exhibit. So they're not even really supposed, they're really technically owned by Palestine, which is insane. And they were found in the West Bank, which Israel doesn't tell you that. Further, right? Further, so we keep going through. So I'm reading all this and I'm like, this is like bullshit. This is like not, this is not what history. This is not what happened at all. This is completely fake. So I end up, we go to the end. At the very end, it shows one of the scrolls that people are actually there to see. And it's 1 Samuel 17. It doesn't say what 1 Samuel 17 is. So I'm like, that's weird. That's really weird. So I look it up. 1 Samuel 17 is basically the story of David versus Goliath. And so this whole thing leads up to like a David versus Goliath thing, which highlights the portion of it particularly was the part that highlights the Philistines standing up against Israel. So it was like super hater. And then it has another one. The other one that it has is it's something, it's like the Apocryphon of Daniel. And the entire thing, the entire write-up that they have on the scroll is just like a sneak diss at Christians. And it basically just says like, yeah, this part of scripture talks about how, you know, the Jewish people came up with an idea of a Messiah, and then Christians appropriated it and they thought it was Jesus. And it was just this super weird, like, wait, what is this? And then when you finish, you walk out, and there's a big part of the West Wall. And there's people that are, like, praying on it and everything. They carved out a piece of the West Wall and brought it and put it in the exhibit. And it was just the weird, it was so weird, dude. It was so weird. So basically, you see one scroll, a piece of a scroll, and then the rest of them are this weird assortment of letters, and then a ton of weapons that they talk about that were used against the Jewish people, and it was just wild, dude. It was the most crazy propaganda thing I've ever seen in my life. I have an episode of Izzy's World coming out that is a really, really, really good version of it. So, you know, whatever. But it was just, I don't know, man. It was really weird. It was a really, really weird experience. And it was weird, too, because it was like me and my friend were there, and we were looking around like, is anyone else seeing that this is a massive, like, propaganda piece? Yeah, anyone see it? It was weird, man. It was super weird. I mean, it was really cool to see that stuff. But, I mean, even, like, they had parts about, like, they had photos of, like, when Israel was established in Palestine. And the photos were of, like, Israeli soldiers sectioning off parts of Israel versus the Palestinians. And then it was like there was this huge write-up on the Balfour Declaration and how the Balfour Declaration was what allowed Israelis to begin moving, or was what began to allow Israelis to move to Israel, which is not true at all. That the Balfour Declaration was a declaration of Britain that they deserve to have their own land. It had nothing to do with them actually materializing the move. That was a completely different thing, and if you know, you know, but it was just really weird, man. It was really weird. It was a really weird experience. It was really weird. It was like, The way I described it is I was like, this is like asking a crazy girl what her ex was like. That was what I described it. Because it was like, you know, and then we leave the thing, and then today there was a bomb that went off, and 4 people, or not a bomb that went off, they bombed the hospital, and 4 people, 4 Western journalists were killed. I mean, it was just weird, dude. It was like really a really strange experience. Because I thought it was going to be like, I really did think it was going to be like, oh, this is, you know, scroll, you know, blah, blah, blah. It was written here. This is what we think about it. It's not what it was at all. It was supposed to be Madagascar. It was supposed to be Madagascar. But yeah, like, skewed is I don't know if skewed is the word, sir. It's a bit more than skewed, but a tad bit more, because oh, why'd they take the picture? See, here's the thing with the picture. So you could obviously buy the photo at the end. I'm wondering if they wanted you to take that picture so they could like say like, oh, these are supporters of Israel. Like, I don't know. Carlos, you are going crazy about Kanye, dude. What's going on with Ye? What's going on? You said Kanye West like 5 times. The Ye lore is insane. This month will happen a lot. What's going to happen this month? Make bias or distorted in a way that is regarded as inaccurate, unfair, or misleading. That was the entire thing. I mean, they were literally lying about how the Sea Scrolls were obtained in order to legitimize Israel as a nation. That was the entire purpose of the entire thing. It's not easy to explain. You got to explain it, dude. Yeah, Carlos, do you have inside information? So I don't know, man. It was just a really weird experience overall. Carlos is the man who cloned Ye. It might be Ye. It could be him. People call me crazy. He's in the Patreon. He literally is. He's legitimately in the Patreon. He pops in and out. I'm telling you right now. I swear I have information that it's him. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. So, yeah, people are asking about Terry Davis. Terry Davis is in the not in Terry Davis episode soon. Yes, he is in the Patreon. I swear to God, it's him. It's literally him. I have had people tell me that I can verify it is him. This is a variation of the call-in show. We're not taking any calls today. Apparently, how's the audio now? I don't even know what's going on. And then I literally just had someone join the Patreon named Netanyahu. Like literally right now. What's happening right now? I feel like there's a joke happening behind my back I'm not hip to. Did anyone see my influence on my latest influence on the music industry? Did anyone see the massive influence I just had on like one of the hottest kids in the music industry? Let me just delete this one. Sorry, I'm going and deleting the other live stream. Audio's 2 out of 5. That's awful. No, I haven't seen that Jordan Peele movie, no. I have not. Oh my gosh, that's so true. Massad's dropping hints on the Patreon after ruining my yeah, they really are. Let me see what the name was. Like a really weird Patreon just joined. Netanyahu's side piece. A new Patreon member, Netanyahu's side piece, has just joined. New $5 member. Come on, man. But anyways, man, so I don't really watch movies. Like this is what I do. You want to see what I do? I focus on the mission. The mission is waking everyone up. I get everybody going, bro. I get everybody going. And I'm writing a book. I'm writing a book, dude. That's what I'm doing too. I'm writing a fire tale. It's going to be super long. I don't even know. It might be like 800 pages long. One thing, you know what's interesting? As a kid, I loved writing. I wanted to be an author. And yeah. Turn volume up. No. Yo, dude. Shrapnel God, thank you so much. Namaste, brother. Volume's ass. Volume's ass. I've never you know what? Those are the same people who would complain during like with Cumtown, the podcast Cumtown. People would always be like, they need to turn the volume up. It's like you have a volume knob. You have one. Here, I'll turn it up for you even more. I'll turn it up and then people will be like, it's too loud, it's peaking. It's too loud now. It's too loud. But this is the point of the stream. The point of the stream is to get donations so I can upgrade everything. I can upgrade everything, dude. We can really get this show on the road, bro. I'm trying to bring I'm trying to do a legit InfoWars style show. I'm trying to do like a 6-7 hour show a couple times a week, multiple camera angles. I have the big TV screens behind me. Stephen Ballmer, I haven't. I'll write that down. I'll write that down. I'll check it out. I do have a TikTok, but dude, TikTok doesn't work well with me. People don't like me on TikTok. The Zoomers do not. The Zoomers, it's weird. The Zoomers love Nick Fuentes, but they get mad at me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It makes no sense. The Zoomers are mad at me lately because they think that the Tucker Carlson information, they think I got that from Nick Fuentes. I've been talking about that for like 5 years. I don't. It's like, dude, I found that before anyone. I've been talking about that. Like me, Alex Jones was talking about that in the early 2000s. I was talking about that like at the beginning of Duh Heads, like 5 years ago. It's on site for Zoomers. No, they're cool. They need to be shown the way. They're so nihilistic that like they need. This is what my book is trying to show people, that there is an underbelly to reality that mutates everything. It's called the eternal mutation. Oh, Savan Bomber. Savan. Yeah, dude, Duh Heads. Well, here's the deal. I'm trying. Well, I'm not trying. I'm going to. I'm going to get a studio. I'm going to have a legit studio. And Duh Heads, who knows? Maybe we bring it back. Maybe we bring it back. Well, I think two people like. I don't watch anybody. I don't watch other people's stuff. The only time I watch people's stuff is if people send it to me and they're like, hey, this guy copied you. That happened to me today. I was copied today by one of the biggest musicians in the music industry. Did you see Sam on the Harlan Williams podcast? Any thoughts? Yeah, I mean, they're comedians. I don't know why people were acting like it was like a huge deal and like Sam ruined it for himself. That was crazy. Like they're comedians. It was funny. I didn't take it that serious. I think Red Bar was saying it was planned. And if it wasn't, so what? Here's the deal. If it wasn't planned, and if, like, I personally thought that Harlan was being kind of rude. So, I don't know. Where I'm from and how I grew up, like, if you're being rude to someone, you fight. So, I don't know. Like, I didn't think it was a big deal at all. It was whatever. But, you know, I think that people really overreact with that stuff. It's just so whatever. How much time do I spend researching for a video? 40 hours. I don't know. It depends on the video, because some videos are an amalgamation of knowledge over a long span of time, that something will happen and I'll like, oh, that all clicked. Now I can make a video on it. Because you got to think, all of the videos, right, that I do, a lot of them I know that stuff. I just know it. And then some of them is I'll research for that video. But usually something will happen and something will click for me. So, I mean, there are videos where it is, you know, I don't know, 1,000 hours. I don't know, a lot. Because this is, here's the thing. Like, people are like, did you see the new war mode? Did you see? No, dude, this is all I do. This is the only thing that I do. This is it. Sam Hyde made a gorilla nest. I'm living in a hermit cave, dude. I do this every day. I do this, and I run 10 miles every day. That's all I do. I used to go to the fight gym every day. Sometimes I do that, but lately I've been going on these super long runs in the morning. I run for 10 miles, and when I'm running, I will be on my phone talking and writing my book while running, or taking notes while running, listening to Manly P. Hall books, listening to books, researching books, listening to people talk about, you know, Kabbalistic magic, so that way we can have a good book come out that destroys it. Yes, it does rhyme with that, but he's cool. He's like we have a connection, actually. You pulled the hermit card 3 times in a row? Did you shuffle? Do you log your runs? Not on Strava, but the Mossad already knows where I am all the time. The Mossad's been slowly encircling my family for a long time. When do I notice the Holy Spirit most? When I'm live streaming, or when I'm doing videos, because there are times you might be able to see it where, like, the rant will hit me and I'm like, yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. Jasmine Crockett. I don't even know who Jasmine Crockett is. She sounds like she makes a good soup. Jasmine Crockett. Oh. Of course she's a plant. What's good, JC? What's good? Any insight into the triple hermit? Yeah. So that's probably that triple hermit's crazy, dude. That's probably your current archetype right now. You're probably in a hermit mode, or you would have to tell me more about your situation, honestly. I would have to know a little bit more, because I don't do like divinate. I don't do that. But I mean, if you pull the same thing 3 times in a row, and you're being honest and you're shuffling and you're doing that, that's some crazy. The odds of that are insane. The odds of that are human calculator. I don't even know. Oh, how would you find your current archetype? Okay, this is going to be in the book. But yeah, so what you do, take an inventory of your life. So whatever you have going on, I remember you commented saying you were dealing with some depression and stuff. All of that stuff, write it all down. Write down, whatever. 10, 15 words that describe your situation. Sad, lonely, overthinking, whatever it is. From there, you have a pretty good idea of yourself. Then what you do is you try to find a tarot that corresponds with those things. From there, you will get a revelation of a grander perspective of what you have going on, and then you can map that onto the Kabbalistic tree of life, and you can find out what pathways connect you, and you can figure out how to move out of that season. That becomes the season. The archetype that you get becomes the season. Then you have to try to change things incrementally to get wherever you want to be. Okay? Now, that is technically That is what I call archetypal magic, in my opinion. It is a form of Kabbalah, okay, but that is, in my opinion, that is for people who. It's like a zodiac with extra steps, kind of. Not really. It's like it's kind of, I don't know. It metaphysically, it's something I have discovered, and I've helped people with that before. But the ultimate goal is to no longer do that, right? Because in my idea, with the archetypal magic system, is that you get an idea of where you are Kabbalistically through the Kabbalistic perspective. And this is not the way you should view yourself, but this is the way the world views you and your archetype. So because of this, you should try to transcend it. That's the ultimate goal, right? Which is worse, weed or alcohol? Oh man, alcohol, definitely. As a recovering alcoholic. Illustrations in the book would be dope. Yes, we're doing that. We're working on that. What archetype of fuckboy? Depends what kind of fuckboy. You know, it could be depends. Are they like they could be, that's could be some emperor energy. Are they a playa? They could be a playa. You know what I mean? Really depends. Or are they like on the verge of getting an STD? Could be the fool. Could be the inversed fool. You know? I don't know. Could be the wheel of fortune. Maybe they're fucking going crazy. I don't know. Prolonged writer's block. Yeah, I have advice for that. The first thing you should do, start waking up every morning. Wake up, and the first thing you should do, depends what kind of artist you are. Tell me what kind of artist you are, and I can give you more specialized advice. What's been the hardest part of your path? Man. Well, obviously, the decade of addiction was not fun. That sucked. Honestly, probably the financial aspect of it, because at this point, there is no net. There is no going back. So it's like, better make it work. Better get those numbers up. So there is a lot of pressure in that way. And I would say, because this has become a quote-unquote job, I can't turn this off. So there's no, first of all, I work 24/7, and there's no breaks. So, you know, a lot of times people, when they start learning about this kind of stuff, they get overwhelmed. They could take a break. You take a week off, or maybe you take a month off. This is what I do 24/7. So it's like, man, I'm just, it never turns off. You make ambient and cinematic music. So what part of that is, you just have writer's block writing music? Oh, that's cool. Your video on unicorns made me love Lee Shaolin even more. That's awesome. Cool. You know, it's funny. Every time I go on these lives, I'm always like, I'm not going to read the comments. I'm going to make, they're going to have to super chat me if they want me to read a comment. And then I start, and then I'm just like, yeah, I gotta, these people are I like these people too much. It's funny. That probably sounded really lame. Just forget I said that. Saint Germain, I don't have a lot of opinions on Saint Germain. I don't really know, honestly. I don't know enough to have like a really strong opinion. Alchemy, though, alchemy is interesting because from the perspective that I have learned about alchemy, a lot of the turning, you know, lead into gold, turning various metals into gold, a lot of that is a cover for internal alchemy. So a metanoia. Oh, cool. Somebody said I watched you on, and what you had was a metanoia. Interesting. Yeah, that sounds like what I had. Yeah, definitely had a spiritual awakening, spiritual. I don't know if it was that, though. I think what I had was a little bit more intense because I had like a full on John the Revelator. I saw everything. I saw everything, dude. I lived every life I could possibly live. I topped timelines. I don't even know, man. But yeah, honestly, Shrapnel, I don't know if you're on the Patreon or not, or what, but hit me up, dude. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you about it. Hit me up, whatever way you can. I don't know if it's email, whatever. I'll talk to you about what you got going on. Yeah, they are doing internal alchemy to do that, but the divine hermaphrodite is an aspect of it, right? It's the great work. But here's the deal with the thing with the occult and esoterica is the as above so below principle truly does reflect inward and outwards eternally. So it affects everything. The great work is also, Manly P. Hall at times refers to the great work as like the New World Order. So like it's a lot more than just. Yeah, Patreon would be the best then, dude. Because I try. I don't know, man. Instagram gets weird. Instagram is hard for me to even be on. The Purple Crown is, yeah, but yeah, I'm trying to get. I don't know, dude. Would you guys? Is the esoteric InfoWars even like a good idea? I don't even know. I don't even know if people would like that. I think it would be super sick. I think it would be so cool. Because I don't know. I think it would be really cool. People, dude, I don't know if I'm breaking containment or what, but there are a lot of people who are like big timers following me on the Instagram. So explain it just like the Alex Jones show. That's like what it would be. Because I'm really frustrated because a lot of what I'm doing right now, it's not the quality that I want. Like the research is there, but the quality, the video quality, I wish I could do more camera angles. I don't have those capabilities yet. Mixed with conspiratorial and fringe ideas would hit for sure. Slowly spread the greater ideas. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, it wouldn't always be like, oh, today we're going to be talking about the Grimoria of 1533. Like, it's not going to be that. It's going to be more connecting esoterica and connecting these ideas with the bigger thing. You know what I mean? And but he said, I'm burnt out. I've experienced narcissistic abuse by people I've made soundtracks for, have had my music stolen by someone who is already making in the industry to an extent. No hope for the future. Well, you sound younger. I don't know. I've dealt with that since I was 18. That's part of the business, dude. You're in the music industry. Just to kind of give it to you straight. I had someone be highly influenced by me today who's a lot bigger than me. And that was very frustrating, but it's like if you're a real artist in any field, the ideas will always be coming in because, first of all, you're not the one. The ideas don't come from you. The ideas go through you. So you are pulling the ideas from the ether. Whether it's there's a realm out there that the ideas are flowing through you. You are the channel. Okay? You are the tube. You are the spirit tube. And it flows through you. So people stealing your ideas, yeah, it sucks. This is what you do. You take a mental note and you use that as fuel to encourage yourself. First of all, your ideas are good enough to be stolen, right? You have to flip your, like, to be successful, right? And it's taken me a long time to even be someone I would consider somewhat successful at this. But first of all, I never gave up. And every time I would get down or I would be frustrated or something wouldn't work, you have to use that as motivation and as fuel. And you have to turn that into a positive. You have to psych yourself out, right? So all of those things, think about the inverse, right? You experience narcissistic abuse. Okay, so now you know how to deal with narcissists. Your music was stolen. It was good enough to be stolen. They're already making it. Okay, so that now you know how to deal with narcissists, and you know your music's good enough to be used by people who are making it in the industry. So that should make you more hopeful for the future. And in fact, you should be like, yeah, that stuff I made, it was okay, but it's not what I'm really capable of. Oh yeah, he stole my bad shit. What a loser. What an idiot. What an absolute moron to steal my music I'm making now. What I'm going to be making in 6 months is going to be so insane. That loser's going to be such an idiot. Dark Virus. No, I haven't, but I want to. I've actually been speaking to some people I know out here that we're gonna go and see it. The Theosophical, or no, that's the Philosophical Society. Apparently they have a big library, but you can't access it. It's like, what? What the heck? I've been getting really into some research lately that's like pretty wild, dude. I'm pretty stoked on it. I've never been to the Rosicrucian Egypt Museum. I haven't, no. How has the live stream number just remained exactly what it is? I never believed the live stream number. I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know. What do I know, dude? I'm just a guy. I know one thing. They've been ever since I dropped that video about the Samson option. They've been throttling me so hard, bro. Yes, I have seen JC. That's awesome, dude. But yeah, dude, I mean, if people are stealing your ideas, it means your ideas are good enough to be stolen. But it's really frustrating. It really sucks. It really sucks. It's really like, really? I had an idea stolen by someone. Listen to this. I had an idea stolen by someone, and that something now is like a very successful staple in a lot of people's like media lexicon now. And they'll hit me up and be like, "Hey, have you seen?" And it's like, "Hey, have you seen?" "Yes, I have. It's really good." A debate? Yeah, I don't know, man. Look, bro, I'm not much of a debater. I'm more of a fighter, bro. Oh yeah. Oh, you think that? You think this? How about you fight me and we see? The Rick Rubin video series went dummy popular. No, it did. It did. I know quite a few. That made some waves in the industry, let me tell you. But no, yeah, I don't know. Debate would be cool. I don't. Like, what are we gonna fight about, dude? What are we gonna argue about? Because someone's gonna say like, "Oh, did you know? Did you know that? Did you know? Did you actually? Did you know? Did you know?" And I'm gonna go like this. Yeah, I heard that when I was 5. Idiot. Next. Hey, idiot. Hey, you're an idiot. Next. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think I would like to go on Infowars. I think that would be sick. I think I'd have fun with Alex. But this is the weird thing, dude. There are so many people not so many. There's a few people in the conspiracy world who like refuse to acknowledge who I am. And it's really, really weird. It's like really bizarre. It's not that I don't like debating. It's just a lot. I don't like arguing, dude. I want people to get along. You know? Thoughts on Whitney Webb? Not really any. I don't know. I don't have enough to have like a formulated interesting opinion. Why argue when you know you're right? Yes, bro. Who is this guy? Stim the Whale? Dude, if I could do reverse super chats, I would. What's my take on the Upchurch thing? Upchurch. I don't even know what that is. Upchurch. What is it? He's a rapper? He looks like he's one of those like Christian rapper guys. Or I'm sorry, country, not Christian, country. Thoughts on MJ being a sorcerer? I think a lot of people are sorcerers without them knowing they are. Yeah, see, Charlie Kirk is a great reason as to why I'm not into debating. People cherry pick, people straw man, people like. I'm gonna be super honest, dude. The way that I try to do what I do, I try to present what I'm doing as objectively as possible. You know, I have my little Christian rants every once in a while. I definitely have my get that human spirit vitality, super male vitality, get that stuff going and become the best you can be. But I don't, if Sabrina Carpenter came to me and was like, "Hey, you made a video about me and I don't think that that's right and a lot of it's wrong." Would you want to talk about it? I would talk about it and I wouldn't debate her. I would just be like, oh yeah, cool. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong. You know? But no one's done that. And the other thing that's strange is I reach over 5 million people a month on Instagram, and no one has ever sued me. No one has ever, knock on wood, no one's ever said that I'm lying. I don't know. But yeah, don't throw pearls to swine. That's the whole point of, well, besides that, I need to make a living. But that's the point of the Patreon is like, a lot, like, go through my comment sections on Instagram for 10 minutes. That's my reality. That's my life. And it's like, some of you don't deserve some of this knowledge. Whoa, that's crazy. Sacha from France. That's crazy. Yeah, that's I'm in a similar situation as you. You think very similar to me. That's cool. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if you want that, dude. Sloan Bella, not familiar. No, I'm not sure who that is. I'm familiar with a lot of people lately. Oh yeah, I know who she is. I know who that is. I'm familiar with a lot of people lately messaging me going, "Hey, this guy's influenced by you." Thinking like Izzy would make the average man go insane. Yeah, it's not. I truly, and I'm not even trying to like make myself sound cool. I feel like God had to have blessed me in some way because I think sometimes the amount of ouchies I can endure is crazy. Do you know if anyone you've made a video on? I know 100%. Yeah. I've gotten confirmation from them. Yes. When will Izzy Fest happen? Soon. We're gonna replace Ozfest. It'll be Izfest. That's the goal, dude. I'm gonna become the Christian Ozzy. Well, I guess Ozzy wasn't technically a Christian, but you know what I mean. Izzy Fest would be so sick. How's life been treating you? I've been grinding, brother. I'm trucking right now, dude. We're on a sprint. Some of you know what the sprint is. His story is fighting the Illuminati in real time. Interesting. I'll be the judge of that. I'll be the judge of that. Did they try to when he was a baby? I don't know about that. Is he named after them trying to him as a baby? I don't know about that. A lot of people say a lot of things. When did he start getting big? Because that's kind of like my thing. That's kind of like my thing, actually. Yeah, that's kind of my thing, actually. Yeah, he copied me. Just kidding. Me and Cat Williams would have a good convo. I don't know. I think I would I'd be like, yeah, those emerald tablets you're talking about, those are fake. Maurice Doriel was a cult leader and he was a liar. So that's fake. What else? Yo, thank you. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, what do you guys... So, okay, I have a question. Is the Izzy's World format... Do you guys like that, or do you like the other videos more? Because Izzy's World is a podcast, and then the other videos, like, they don't work in podcast format because there is a script that I write along with them most of the time. You know, like the Theo video. The Theo video doesn't work in podcast format because I'm having to cite sources and I'm having to, like, read it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Oh, Ye's back. Izzy's World is great. So maybe I do more. I don't know. We have to see. I definitely think I'm going to lean more towards doing some of the conversational stuff sometimes. But I really don't like throwing in the conversational stuff with some of the more serious topics because I think it undermines it, and I think it also, it creates a, it dates the videos. It dates them, you know? Carlos, I'm looking at your art right now. Interesting. Interesting stuff there. Do the Jesse Lee Peterson style. The structure format's good. Cool and different on both. Okay, cool. Jesse Lee Peterson. So the idea that I was thinking was doing like Jesse Lee Peterson. How does he do his video? Can you explain it without me watching a video? Oh, this guy? This guy's crazy, dude. Do videos like him? No way. Yeah, this is what I wore to the Ronald Reagan Museum yesterday. I don't think they were amused. He does this and he takes some calls. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. It'll be interesting. Uh-oh, my brother's here. What is up, Jojo? What is up, dude? What is up? What is up? This is an intimate stream. This is a friendship stream. You meant the format. Yeah, some of you are going to be excited about the show that's coming out. The OGs. The OGs are going to be very excited about something about it. Also, this symbol, dude, here's the deal. This symbol, the Y star, you guys got to start spamming that on stuff. That we have to make that the universal symbol of truth moving forward. That's the goal. That's the idea. That needs to be put everywhere. We need everyone to know. The Ystar, and this is how you throw the Ystar up, dude. You throw it up like that. You know what this means in ancient words? I got asked so much what it meant when I went to the concert. Dude, yeah. Really? Tell me more. Tell me more. Also, so we have this, right? The Hank, bro. We got the Hank. I'm getting Hanks made. I'm getting Hanks made. Also, everybody's like, "Oh, you're going to have an internet show? You're going to have an internet show?" Dude, we're going to bring this. I'm going to bring this shit IRL. And I'm not talking to me having a show IRL. So yesterday when I went to the museum, yesterday when I went to the museum, I realized, bro, we need a place. Truthers need a monthly place where they can meet up and they can talk to other truthers so they can have a support system IRL. Because this internet shit, it's good. We're too sequestered to the internet. My church mates also ask about the Ystar, and I spit the truth. Let's go. Yeah, the website's down right now. It's expensive. So, if you want a Ystar shirt, message me. We can figure something out. I'll get you one. Yeah, it feeds the digital anima, and we need to. We're in the meta an of Lucifer, dude. We need to get IRL. We need to get IRL. And people are always like, the feds are gonna infiltrate. They already have, dude. Like they're like, who cares? We need to make them fear us. We don't need to be. What if we meet up and what if one guy's actually a fed? They glow, dude. We'll know. I'll be like this. Get this tattooed on your forehead. You're not gonna do it? Yeah, you're a fed. We have to transcend the digital. That's what this is about, dude. Hermit meetups IRL. Like, imagine if he even posted for a legit researcher $10,000. I don't know what do you mean? So, like, yeah, because this symbol, bro, this is where it's at, bro. And the thing is, too, is like I would just put them on Patreon, but Patreon takes a massive percentage of that stuff. It's like crazy. It takes like 30%. It's like, it's insane. Could I explain the Ystar? Yeah, so you can't really see it. So the Ystar. So the Y represents, there's a Nordic rune. I'll draw it for you. There's a Nordic rune like this. It's a Y. Oh, geez, that's horrible. It's a Y with a line through it. Its name is Algiz. Okay, it means life. It means protector. It means all kinds of things. But I used to have a brand called You Don't Say Hi Anymore. And there was a asterisk in the front of it. Like it was an action, like someone not speaking to you. Anyways, I made this one day, and the Y, it means truth. So the star in the center represents the sun, and it represents you looking up to the sun, going like that with your arms extended towards it. So it's just an amalgamation of things. Also, the 5-pointed star in the middle represents the 4 elements, including ether. But really, the real symbol, there's 2 of them. There's the 5-pointed star. That's for like normies. The 6-pointed star represents the black cube of Saturn being opened up. And a cross also has 6 sides. So that's what that means. But also, this upside down, like this, in Nordic also means death. So right side up, it means life. The star also represents the transcendental nature of Christ and the sun. It's like a sun metaphor. It's a lot of different things. But yeah, but really, it's a 6-pointed star. That's for the ascended class. So this is for like the 5-pointed star. Eventually, what'll happen? There will be those with 6-pointed star hats and those with 5. We're not there yet. I have like a 30-year plan in motion. We're in year 1. We're in phase 0. Yeah. Who's more of a Fed, Theo Vaughn or Tim Dillon? I think Theo is a bigger Fed, but I think Tim is not a Fed. Tim is a sellout, which is fine. He's vocal. He tells you, dude. Here's the thing about Tim that I respect. Tim tells you what's up. I am also that way. I will always tell you what's going on. I don't deal with fucking shady. Here's the thing. If I would have gone to that thing yesterday, the Dead Sea Scroll exhibit, and they just said it all outright, I wouldn't care. I don't care if people are shady and they tell me, I don't care. Don't lie and sneak. That's what I don't like. I straight up tell you, this is a sigil. It means truth. This is what it means. It doesn't mean anything else. That is what it is. That's why I get annoyed when people are like, when they say shit that's just not true about me. I hate that because I'm 100% real, dude. I've done a podcast. I've been podcasting since my just forever. My whole life has been put on the internet. It's on display. I have nothing to hide. So when people are like, well, you're actually controlled opposition, it's like, dude, I doxed myself on the internet and gave my full background to such an extent that it almost ruined my life. You know what I mean? Just be upfront, dude, and that's what Tim Dillon does, is what it is. Tim Dillon will tell you, I'm going to have dinner with JD Vance. That's cool. Theo Vaughn sneaks, hides, and lies. I don't like that. When I met Theo Vaughn in 2019, dude, I met him at the Comedy Store. And at the time, I had been sober for like 6 days or something. I'd been sober a couple days. And I saw Theo Vaughn and I was like, hey, I talked to him. And I was like, hey, your podcast helps me with my sobriety. He was super nice. He was like, okay, yeah, awesome, man. I'm glad it does. Then he walked over to the bar, bought 2 beers, and then went and talked to like a girl. And he had 2 drinks. For someone who claims to be sober like he was doing at the time, and he has admitted publicly that he has relapsed, which is fine. I found that weird. Yes, I do know what you're referring to. It's not for the hung man. No, it's not. I'm telling you what it's for. I'm telling you what it's for. It's literally the opened cube of Saturn. It's the destruction of the black cube of Saturn. Destruction of the material. If you think it's for the hung man, cool, that's for you. But I'm telling you what it is. Do you have a contingency plan if you were to be scrubbed off the map? Do you mean off the internet or if I was killed? Yeah, the Theo Von video is good. Also, I know somebody who knows somebody who slept with Peter Thiel. If the pentagram is for the elements, the hexagram would be for the planets, right? No, I'm telling you what it's for. It's for the opening of the black cube of Saturn. That's what it is. If you think it's for something else, that's fine. It's not. I'm telling you. The only you want to know why this is a 5-pointed star? Do you want to know actually why? Because when I type it into Photoshop, it's 5-pointed. That's why. That's literally why. It was always intended to be 6 points because it's supposed to represent the black cube of Saturn being open. But the 5 points works too. You can take drop_cool. Take it. That's fine. What is the opening of the black cube of Saturn? Ystar is 5 letters? Hell yeah. What is the black cube of Saturn? Oh, man, you guys don't know what the black cube of Saturn is? Dude, there are people here who don't know what the black cube of Saturn is? The black cube of Saturn is... it's like Saturn worship. There are people who worship Saturn. They worship Saturn, and they believe Saturn was... They really believe Saturn was the original sun. Kind of. They believe Saturn represents the material, Chronos, time. It's a big thing. It's a super long thing. It's basically a rejection of the material, kind of, depending on how you look at it. Yes, Brazilians come from Saturn. Yeah. But also, here's the thing, dude. The inverse of the Saturnians is, the sun, Sol Invictus. And a part of what my book is going to be about, it's going to be about how you can, it's been tried, it doesn't work. You can't, in today's time, you cannot defeat the trickiness of the Saturnians with a Sol Invictus style mindset, a sun mindset. You have to do it. You have to fight. You don't fight fire with fire. You fight fire with water. Okay? You have to beat them at their own game. The book is about using the tactics of the magician against the magician. A lot of times people go up to the magician and they punch him in the face. And he's like, oh, that only works for the first punch. Right? No, I don't think the mass deportations could be used to get rid of the homeless. In fact, the mass deportations are not even happening. Why did I find that your sigil is not yours? Probably because you're a moron. This has been around since like 2016, dude. So why did I find your sigil's not yours? Oh, you were following my Instagram in 2014 when it was a brand called You Don't Say Hi Anymore. That's what the Izzy and Griffin Instagram was. It was literally a brand called You Don't Say Hi Anymore. Why did I find... I don't know. I don't know why. I'm telling you what it is. If I stole something, I would say I stole it, because I've done that before. It's pretty similar to the Tree of Life. You're a fucking idiot, dude. It's similar to, I just told you what it was. It was Al-Jiz. I just told you what it was. Pretty similar to the Tree of Life. Which one? There's like a bunch of them. The Kabbalistic Tree of Life? What are you talking about? What if I told you? What if I told you? What if I told you that I was actually completely incorrect? It's a letter with a What if I told you that I found out that you Okay, bro. Show up to an IRL meeting, dude. You should show up to an IRL meeting. That's what you should do. And then would you tell me anything then, or would you do this? You know what's funny? There's always these people. There's so many people who like say crazy shit to me on the internet. And I went to a show. I went to a concert with like over 1,000 people there. And I could hear people like, oh, that's the guy. That's the guy from Instagram. Like I could hear people because these people were from they're from a specific niche music fandom. In fact, the people I was there with were like, yeah, we heard people talking about you. Guess what? Nobody did what you just did on the internet. Nobody. Everybody was like, that's what you would do. That's what you do in real life. What if I told you I was completely incorrect and you actually just, what if I told you? He's like, did you know that you stole your symbol? Yeah, I just told you I took it from an ancient rune that's fucking 3,000 years old. I just told you that. It's so funny, dude. The other thing is too is like esoteric interpretations of things. They can have like so many meanings. So sometimes when you're like for example, the Star of David, that goes back way farther than the Hebrews. Kabbalah goes back farther than the Hebrews. Everything is a reappropriation. It's just, I don't know, dude. What if I told you? What if I told you that you weren't the first person named Isaac? I'm using a letter with a symbol on a keyboard. I'm pretty sure that this symbol's probably been around before. Like, oh, actually, dude, you actually? Because what if I just said, you're right, dude, I stole it. You're right, I did steal it. Oh, you're right, guys. Let me throw this away. He got me. Virgil Abloh really got a lot bigger after his death. I was around for that shit, and he was like not... I don't know, dude. I followed him on Instagram, and like when he died, I think he only had like 70,000 followers on Instagram. I don't think he was as like big and as, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think, I don't know. You can have cool _drop. Sure. You can use it. What if I told you weren't the first person to come up with cool _drop? It was actually written on a whiteboard behind me years ago. Okay. It's so funny. Is the Star of David, is it Saturn or no? Could be. It's a lot of things. The Star of David is also the combination of two alchemical symbols, the alchemical symbol for man and women. So it's multiple things. It's many things. That's a perfect example. The Star of David is also the Seal of Solomon. The Star of David is also known as the Shield of David. So it's like a ton of things. A lot of symbols are a lot of other things. That's what symbols are. Virgil was big in fashion, but I don't think Virgil was not as big as he was now in amongst like I'm telling you, dude. Whatever the dare simulate, I couldn't tell you, dude. What if I told you that Virgil Abloh? What if I told you it's so funny? If your brand blows up, that rocks, dude. Hell yeah. That guy, what was that guy's name? It was like Policy. It was like Policy King. He was. I'm here to enforce the policy. Actually, this is a policy I made up. Look, remember this show is this is a friendship simulator, not a Fed finder. I don't answer if people are feds. Dune is awesome. Dune rules, dude. That guy was Frank Herbert was crazy. I have Dune on this bookshelf. Frank Herbert, do you know what he did? He got a $50,000 publishing deal. He spent $10,000 on mushrooms and he locked himself in a room and he wrote for like 8 months and he forced his wife to take care of the family and refused to do like anything. I'm the policy king. I'm actually here to enforce policy. The policy states you stole this symbol, even though you already said you reappropriated an ancient symbol already. So, the policy states that only I can talk about you reappropriating an ancient symbol. I hate to break it to you, dude. I'm here to enforce the policy. L's in the chat. You want to know what, like, this is like my life, dude. Just dealing. So I have like, whatever. For every 100 nice people, there's like one that hates me, right? So those people, and that guy will be back. He'll make another account, and he'll be like, I'm actually back. It's Policy Prince. It wasn't Policy King. Actually, it was Policy Prince, and I'm here to. The newest. That's funny. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I don't know. I know that they refuse to publicly acknowledge me despite me reaching out to them several times. I know that they quote my work almost every single week, and they know who I am, and they will not acknowledge who I am. And I don't know if that's because that will send people to me where they will get the real jouissance. I don't know. We gotta grab Policy Prince on that one. We gotta grab the Policy Prince on that one. I don't know. I just don't know, like, it's so, like, okay, a perfect example. Theo Von video. Most of that research I got from a single Twitter thread. I said in the beginning, I got it from this Twitter thread. Go follow him. Go check him out. Whatever. I just don't know why they wouldn't just say like, oh yeah, we listened to this. We got this information from this. Because specifically, okay, for a perfect example, Courtney Love, her father being the manager for the Grateful Dead, who were the Warlocks, that information, nobody was talking about that until I started talking about it a year ago. I have never heard anyone say that on the internet anywhere until I started talking about it. And now people talk about it. People don't remember those early videos I had. Those were getting 1 million views overnight until Instagram throttled my account the first time. Where was Policy Prince when that was happening? Yeah, I'm only showing people my sigils IRL now. And until then, you know what, Policy Prince? You got me. You got me. You got me, Policy Prince. Sorry, guys. Oh, you know what? I think that guy... Oh, that was the guy who came in here that one time and he said the stream. No, that guy like tried to ruin the stream one time. No. Policy Prince. He's gone. They're intimidated, point blank and simple. It could be. I don't know. I'm a normal dude. I'm kind of tismy, but... A wise man knows he knows nothing. That's Socrates, dude. What if I told you that that the sticky note was actually that was policy? I refer to you as my esoteric teacher, Izzy, whenever people ask where I get this info from. That's so funny. And they're probably like, oh yeah, that's not real. Oh, sorry, dude. Actually, that's not real. Hey, I know that that's fully sourced and everything. Lulu, go to bed, please. You're crazy, mama. Go to sleepers. Do I know anyone in the media industry that might be much older than they should be? I don't know. Me, I'm 31. Me. No, yeah, JC, don't even tell anyone, dude. Here's the thing. This is supposed to be our secret. This is esoterica. Are fatties tortas okay if we don't tell anyone about it? Yeah, I've had one. I've had one. Oh, those are my favorite comments. The what if. They'll take a sentence that I say and they'll go, well, what if what if I also have people that will like write paragraphs of like information that I either cover later in the video, you can tell they wrote it in the beginning, or just stuff I've talked about 1 million times and they're like, you're welcome for that knowledge. It's like, but yeah, JC, that's so funny. Where'd you learn that? Actually, I went to the Dead Sea Scrolls exhibit, and I actually learned that... actually, I went to the Dead Sea Scrolls exhibit in real life, and I learned a lot of things. Yeah, nobody wants to know anything. Nobody wants to know. They're too comfortable, dude. They want the cognitive dissonance. They want to consume. They're consumers. They're followers. No, there's definitely a conspiracy. There is a hidden agenda to push more conspiracy into people's content, into their algorithms, because 95% of it is shit. It's trash. This is what it is. It'll be like it'll be like the music, TikTok music, and they'll be like, this is what it will be. It'll be like this. This is what it will be. You want to see what this is? You want to see what 95% of it is? Conspiracy pop slop. It'll be this, and they'll go, "Isn't that weird? What is this? Isn't that really weird, guys? Whoa, that's kind of weird. What if we took the S off of it and it just said?" Miles. Miles is the guy I went to middle school with. That's weird. That's crazy. Candace doesn't even talk about Israel. She talks about the Frankists. Some like make-believe cult from fucking 500 years ago. Who cares? She won't just say it like I will. She won't just say it. That's why the Mossad's moving people in to mess with my brother. The funnier thing is like people who don't know that there's like a deeper point to like everything I do. They're just like, yeah, that guy's crazy. Okay, dude. Yep, you're right. What if I told you, or they'll say this, they'll be like, Walt Disney was a Freemason and he sold his soul to Baphomet. And it's like, that's not even the deity that would enact that. That's not. They're like, this is Baphomet. Baphomet is Satan. It's like, oh God, here we go. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She's married to one. What do I think of Robert? No, Robert has some great stuff. He has some really good stuff. Guys, what about demons? Ooh. We're going to be so freaking banned after this. I came out day one and I was like, Jerry Garcia is a Fed. Here's proof. And people were like, this is what's so funny. People saying, what's your source, literally created an entire career for me. So I should thank them. What's your source? I'm all, oh, you want to see my source? This is an FBI document. Here's some more stuff. I can't remember. No, Candace O's husband is like he's like a royal family guy or something. He's a family guy, you know? But all right, guys, I think I got to get off. I got to get out of here. I got to head out. But yeah. The new show's coming. It'll be out 2026. It's going to be crazy, y'all. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fire. cool. If you're interested in donating towards it, let me know. Let me know. Peace, guys. I'll see you later. New episodes drop in the next couple days. Got a ton of stuff coming out. Remember, spread the Ystar, dude. Spread the truth. Peace.